What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sister to Sister podcast. I'm Sunny. That's JT on the screen there with her flower in her head and everything. It's what they say iconic. It's iconic, the flower in your hair.
In some countries, if you wear a flower in your hair, it means you're single. So
But you are single. Oh, I
I
see
know
what you're
that's what
saying.
it means.
Okay, that delayed reaction. I'm sorry. So, lots to get to. I'm excited for today's episode because so much has happened. Last week, nothing happened. We talked about
I'm
normie stuff.
exhausted.
It's a lot to take in. But I want to start off, of course, with a personal story. Recently, someone in my apartment complex, a secure, gated, you have to have the code to get in and out. Someone got robbed by gunpoint, I just realized, too. And they punched the guy in the face and stole his car. So I'm a little concerned. HOA has not sent anything out regarding this situation and stuff like that. So I'm just like, why? Why didn't you send any correspondence to us via email when y'all send correspondence about everything? I don't understand. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. It's just not safe. It's not really safe anywhere. I mean, you really can't be safe anywhere. This is true. But, it is what it is. I've been wanting to move for a while, but, I haven't been able to. So, yeah. Why is this? No. Stop.
Whoa. We haven't got there yet.
I know. Like, it just started, like, all of a sudden. But, yeah. So, I want to move, but I can't. Not at this time, anyway. This area is not bad as far as the location. It's very close to everything. I could literally walk to Walmart, the pharmacy. I could walk to a lot
Whole
of places.
Foods.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to walk to Whole Foods. I mean, it's like not that far. It's like maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles. But I don't want to walk to Whole Foods. I don't want to.
I would walk to Whole
I
Foods.
wouldn't.
I
Just
would walk to Bath and Body Works, and I would even walk to the mall. It's not that far.
yeah.
I
I
walk that
mean,
much every day.
I know, but I don't want to cross the highway. I mean, Greenville is really busy. A bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm not. I'll walk to like maybe the what is that bookstore, Half Price Books. I'll probably walk there, but that's probably as far as I'll walk. I don't like walking too far because it's just not a good
Why?
because it's not a good area. If I want to go to
Ah,
Walmart, yeah, well, if I have to go to Walmart, I don't pass a lot of homeless people. But if I want to go to the mall, Saks, Fifth Avenue, all of that stuff, I have to pass the bad area where all the crazy homeless people are, and I'm not about to do that. Yeah, and I don't like it. There's a lot of people just roaming around the streets, just
all hours of the night.
all hours, every single day. You won't find a person not walking somewhere to and from where I live. And it's like literally a hop, skip, and a jump from the most expensive neighborhood in Texas. Like literally right there. It's and then SMU is a hop, skip, and jump away. That's like the most expensive private college in Texas as well. It's crazy. But yet it's crime riddled and lots of homeless people. Kind of reminds me, it's like a poor man's San Francisco. Where I live, that's what it reminds me of. Except it's affordable, kind of. You can live there if you wanted to.
There's not feces in the street yet.
Yeah, there's not a lot of drugs. I mean, there is drugs, but it's not as rampant as it is in California. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
great.
not like really. It's not dirty.
Yeah, it's not.
You
It's very
know, it's
clean.
it's not dirty. and it doesn't stink.
We don't have
anything.
Our homeless people don't poop in the streets. They're classy. They were taught better than that. Yeah.
Our homeless people got class. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, hello, Ryan Riddell. How are you? Glad you could join the podcast today. So, let's get started. Kevin Hart is right there on the screen, as you may have heard. Kevin Hart made a homophobic tweet like a long time ago. Like, freaking almost
like
a decade ago. Yeah, like almost a
20.
decade. No, we didn't have Twitter 20 years ago. It was on Twitter.
Okay, a decade ago.
And
I'm sorry.
It was a joke, for one. And I know that Kevin Hart is not homophobic or a gay hater or uncomfortable around gays because he lives in Hollywood. Everybody there is gay. Like, literally everybody in Hollywood got some gay in them. Like, am I wrong?
Like I got Indian in me.
Huh?
It's like I got Indian in me when they twirl their hair.
Everybody got a little gay in Hollywood. So I'm not really sure why they're trying to villainize the most successful comedian that we have living right now is Kevin Hart. Maybe Dave Chappelle is a close second, but he's been on a long hiatus.
Dave Chappelle. Exactly. No, Dave Chappelle gave up.
He sure did.
Dave Chappelle went on hiatus. Dave Chappelle was offered a whole bunch of money for his own show, and I understand why he left, because they wanted to script it. He wanted full control. You know, if I was an artist, I would have left too, but I wouldn't have permanently left.
Yeah. I mean, like
he just upped and left like forever.
And I mean, he didn't leave forever. He just wanted to do his own thing, and I can understand that. And
his own thing was nothing. He hasn't done anything.
I know, but he had enough money to do nothing. So he just enjoyed his money.
If that's what you want to do, I get it. But like, it just, in my eyes, if you're an artist and this is something you love to do, you're just not gonna stop.
Well, I mean, if something that you love is infiltrated by greedy, nasty people, you can get burned out, because you know he's doing it again, and it's like he never left. He's great, like he's super funny. But when you have people that take advantage of money hungry wannabe comedians, and even though he was successful, he wasn't a wannabe, but you can still tempt people with, you know, the money, the fame, and the recognition. Just look at Amy Schumer. I don't know why she has demand, for one. I don't know why she has demand, but she is so hungry for fame and so hungry for just recognition and people wanting. She wants people to recognize that she's funny when she is not. She's not funny at all. And Kevin Hart, he's everything he says. He can say just a regular sentence and it'll be funny. Like he just has that. He just has that it factor when it comes to bringing out funny in things. And then he made a joke about, and it had some gay references, yes, and who cares? Like, I don't understand why gays are being so insensitive when they have been bullied, they have been beat up, they have been, discriminated against because of who they are, and then all of a sudden, someone made a gay joke. Oh my God, make him lose his job. Like, really? You're going to do that? All these strides that gay people have taken. I understand that people try to virtue signal for gays, but this is just stupid.
That's what I don't understand. Like a whole bunch of groups, like the Black people, the Irish people, the Jewish people, we went through some stuff. Mm-hmm. And a comedian can get up on stage and take that and flip it and make it funny. Mm-hmm. And we laugh at it. But the gay people are not at that point.
Yep, they are not.
I guess in the 60s, if Kevin Hart would have said what he said, but it was in the form of like slavery, mm-hmm. maybe in the 50s and 60s, maybe it wouldn't have been funny. Maybe it's just too soon. But still, they a little butthurt about everything, like legitimately, figuratively, and literally. They're really butthurt.
That's probably the wrong wordage. That's probably the wrong.
I was trying to be Kevin Hart.
No, you
epic fail.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so not sorry.
Man, I wish I had a soundboard.
I'm so not sorry.
I wish I had a soundboard so I could like do like different sounds, like the sad trombone from The Price is Right and stuff. That would be cool. Maybe I'll get that taken care of. But let's look at the video that he put out on his Twitter. He deleted this, I think. But this is E-Entertainment, E-News or whatever. This is their...
Is it him apologizing after he said he wasn't going to apologize?
I don't know. I don't think this is the one. But let's look at it anyway.
Okay.
Come on. Play it.
So I just got a call from the Academy, and that call basically said, Kevin, apologize for your tweets of old, or we're going to have to move on and find another host. Talking about the tweets from 2009, 2010. I chose to pass. I passed on the apology. The reason why I passed is because I've addressed this several times. This is not the first time this has come up. I've addressed it. I've spoken on it. I've said where the rights and wrongs were. I've said who I am now versus who I was then. I've done it. I've done it. I'm not going to continue to go back and tap into the days of old when I moved on and I'm in a completely different space in my life. The same energy that went into finding those old tweets could be the same energy you put into finding the response to the questions that have been asked years after years after years. We feed in the internet trolls and we reward them. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to beat him.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm lagging a little bit, but I do apologize. So, yeah, I think he apologized after this, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe, you know why?
Why?
Because Paramount and
the big dogs.
All those people, the big dogs said, if you don't apologize, no more movies, no more HBO specials, no more nothing. Kevin Hart will be like Sinbad, and we gonna call a radio show and say Kevin Hart's dead.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to call in and say I'm not dead.
Yeah, and that's
what happened.
And that's what I hate about Hollywood. They have so much power over you. There's no alternative to
have
Hollywood.
To kiss their behind.
Yeah.
You have to kiss their behind.
If you want a job in Hollywood, you have to abide by their rules. I'm going to stop the Periscope broadcast because I am lagging like for real. No. Okay. So, yeah, I was really surprised that they would do this to like their #1 comedian in Hollywood. It's like he is the guy to have in your movie besides The Rock. Like, I don't know why The Rock is in so many movies. Even Kevin Hart was in a movie with him. Like,
well, I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm like, The Rock is in a lot of movies. What?
He is. He's in a lot of movies.
He's bored.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He can't even act. It's just recognizability, if that's a word. Familiarity, I guess you could say. So
that's awful.
It is. It is.
This is like what's an art form that just totally tanked? Like it was prominent and it was like sculptures,
tap dancing, and like actual making a sculpture, like chiseling rock, like stuff like that. It was beautiful. It took skill and practice, and this is what movies are becoming. Like, you can't just get somebody because like he looks familiar, put him in the movie. Yeah.
No, you got to get people that know what they're doing.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
And then like I understand that it's hard to come up with something new because everything has been done, but I'm gonna need somebody to grow up. Like, say they're like 2 years old right now. I pray to God that family, those parents, let them play with building blocks and Legos instead of giving them a cell phone to keep them like their attention, and so they won't whine and scream while they're in Kroger. And I pray that 2-year-old grows up to be a writer, and he writes us some new movies instead of having Jingle All the Way 16. Please,
yeah, they
God.
are remaking so many movies. It is crazy. Like, why are they
Is there a writer out there with an imagination? See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, all these kids growing up, they don't have the luxury of having an imagination and imagining something and putting it down on paper.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing.
Like that is gone.
There's so many books that you can adapt into movies that no one has read. I don't understand why they're not adapting books into movies or TV shows like Game of Thrones or something like that. Like, they just keep remaking old movies like The Grinch. And then, we're going to make a live action Lion King, or we're going to do this, and we're going to remake this and make it. But, like, just give us original stuff. Yeah.
Especially, like, the hipsters and the generation coming up, like, movies are not going to be a thing if y'all don't get original, because they got Netflix. Netflix is coming up with original stuff. They got Hulu. They got better things to do than spend $14 for a ticket to watch a 2-hour movie.
And then,
it's not worth it.
Girl, the movie theater up the street, I went there. I wanted to go. I think it was me and you. I don't know what it was. But I went there. I wanted to go see Star Wars, The Force Awakens. And when I tell you, it was on like a Tuesday, like a weekday. It was after matinee, granted. But their tickets were $18.
See, it's not worth it.
$18. I'm like, I ain't going to go see no movie for $18, and then all they got is snacks for food. So I'm like, I'm going to the Studio Movie Grill. The tickets were $7, and I got to eat.
At least you can get food. And a better chair.
They got comfortable chairs. You can buy a little drink, and the atmosphere is really nice. It's like the mood lighting and stuff.
Don't buy the drinks.
What? So
get a Coke.
Girl?
Don't buy the drinks.
Well, I did anyway. I bought like, you get the hard apple cider and then like the shot of Fireball. Now I saw them pour the shot. It was a big old shot, so I appreciated that. So I bought one drink.
Everybody else that's not a lightweight like Sandra, don't get the drink.
Whatever. Anyways, let me look at my text messages of what. And yes, they are remaking all the Disney movies, Mr. Riddell, or Riddle. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Last name, that is. So, I really want to talk about this merger between CRTV and The Blaze.
I don't like it.
It is a cluster of just madness. First of all, I knew it was going to be bad because the Blaze TV, the Blaze, they got like maybe 1 or 2 good people on their station, which is the only one that I know of is Dana Lash. She's this really beautiful gun guru. I love Dana. People on the left hate her because she's an ambassador for the NRA, and that's why I even love her more, and she's super cute. But Glenn Beck, and I hate using this word, he's super problematic. Like, he is problematic. I can't think of another word, and I hate the word problematic. But Glenn Beck used to be on Fox. He left Fox and got his own, he made his own, I guess, studio. It used to be called GBTV, Glenn Beck Television. And then he changed it to The Blaze. It's in Texas, in Dallas, right in my city. And that's probably why they did the merger, is because they're in the same city. And Fun fact, the Daily Wire tried to buy CRTV, which would have been so much better. Oh my gosh, can you imagine them joining forces? Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and all of those.
They already do like little collabos already.
Oh,
that would have been better.
I know, but the Blaze outbid them. I don't know if it was just the money or if it made more sense because they were in Dallas. Maybe they didn't want to relocate. Who knows what it was and why the reasons they didn't go with Daily Wire and they went with the Blaze. But right off the bat, before the news about Gavin came, Michelle Malkin, who is a superb investigative journalist, decided not to stay with the company. I was just like, oh my God. And then to think I was really going to buy a subscription to CRTV. Like I was this close.
We've been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have been talking about it. It was like, you know what? We need to go ahead and do this. We need to get CRTV.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Steven Crowder's last video. He was like, you know, I have some health issues to take care of. You know, it's nothing serious. I just need to take care of it or it's going to get worse. So he's taking, like, I think he's been out, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
And he's taking from that time all the way up until the new year. Just time off. He's not doing anything. He might post on Twitter or something. I don't know. Because I have Twitter, but I don't look at it.
He posts on Instagram, too, and he's, like, teasing the new studio that they're building or something like that. And
yeah, but I think I hope he is considering, you know, the merger. He's thinking about this and saying, you know what, I kind of don't like this. Why did you ban Gavin McInnes? Why did you just kick him to the curb?
And then
why? He
the
was
thing.
very popular.
He was he is popular. This is why Gavin McInnes, and not with a G, it's with a C, Gavin McInnes, you know, founded and created the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys was two people, actually. Gavin McInnes and this, like, I don't know, Pacific Islander looking dude. Kind of cute. He's a brown guy, basically. They made the Proud Boys. It's super cringy, okay? It's super cringy. If I was a dude,
why? Why?
It's cringy.
The story behind the Proud Boys is because of all the SJW women with the purple hair and them bashing women. And them bashing men. That's what it came out of. Like, if I was a guy and I knew the real story behind the Proud Boys, like, you're proud to be a man, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity, I'm just a man, and yeah, I'm proud of it.
I understand that, but their rituals and what they do, their wannabe traditions are cringy. Like their initiation, you have to get beat up. It's just cringy. Some of their practices.
That was the original.
The original what?
That was the original. That was the original initiation. When he made the Proud Boys, you had to be beat up in order to join the club.
That's cringy. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm asking a question. Was that the original?
As far as I know, that's still going on.
That may not be Gavin McInnes. People have taken over the Proud Boys.
I understand that, and I'm just trying to tell you what it was to begin with. Even without the extremist people in there, it was cringy to me.
I don't think...
To me, it was cringy.
I know, but that's all it was. From what I have heard and from what I have read, what I said was it.
I know.
He made... How is that cringy? You're proud to be a man.
That's not... Okay, I understand what you're saying, but there were certain practices that they did. Okay.
But how do you know that came from Gavin McInnes and his Pacific?
It doesn't matter if it came from them or not. I'm saying the group. There's a lot of them that do it.
I understand. But you said that what the things that they do back then are cringy. But that's not what they did back then. That's what they're doing now. Because people took over the Proud Boys and they've made it some alt-right group.
I mean, even if it was alt-right or not, again, whatever the beaten up thing is, and the little, sometimes just MGTOW, if it seemed a little MGTOW to me, and sometimes MGTOW can be a little bit cringy. MGTOW is men going their own way. It's basically like the men version of extreme feminism. They hate women, they don't want women around, or da-da-da-da. And that's how the cringy part came in. Granted, it was not all of them, and it wasn't Gavin McInnes' side or the other guy's side. It's just something that happens in the Proud Boys that makes it cringe. Moving on. They didn't want Gavin McInnes there because of his affiliation with the Proud Boys, even though he has recently disavowed them. And so every single step forward that Gavin has taken, they have given him 2 steps back. So I'm just like, we all know, at least, I don't have any evidence. I can't show you evidence that Gavin McInnes is racist or a white supremacist. And yet that's the label that he is given every single time he comes up in the media. Every single time. Every time. Like, I can't think of one instance. If you in the chat can let me know something Gavin McInnes said that is racist and that's not out of context, then I will look into it. But as far as I could research and stuff, I couldn't find anything.
He's literally been purged from the internet. You cannot search Gavin McInnes. Mm-hmm. Every single video is gone. Like, there's an interview, I think I saw one interview he did with Joe Rogan. That's the only one I could find.
So all of the CRTV archives of him are gone? I know
everything is gone.
That's so stupid. And then someone, okay, so yes, I remember now. Someone told me that all of his stuff was gone, and then when you go to his old channel, it says this has been removed due to copyright infringement. So I'm like, so did someone copy strike Gavin McInnes from the Blaze CRTV? Or, like, because that's just, like, how are you going to copyright your own stuff? You can just keep it up as an archive and make money from it. Even, it's probably not monetized anyway, but, because YouTube won't let it be monetized. But still, why would you just, like, get rid of it altogether, like he was Hitler or something? It's so stupid. Oh, that got on my nerves.
He's Hitler.
I understand that everybody is Hitler to them, but it's ridiculous. I like Gavin McInnes. He's real. Yeah, he's real. He was honest. He's a little too honest sometimes. He'll share information that we don't need to know. So
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather have too much honesty than half truth.
I understand that. He'll tell the truth when it comes to society and social issues. But when it comes to his personal life, I don't need to know everything about you and your relationship and how you do this and that. Like, I don't care. Let's see, what else is on the agenda? Oh yeah, I wrote down Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez is stupid. So, why this one? She, like, every week we talk about this woman. Every single week. She doesn't know how to stop.
It's like she was like, you know what would be a good idea? I'm going to run for office. And didn't pick up a single book. Mm-mm. Doesn't know what her office does. Mm-mm. She's getting terms confused with the terms of the president of the United States. I mean, we learned all of this in grade school, not even high school. Like, before high school, we learned what the House, the Senate, and the executive branches do. We learned all that, and it just seems like, she's in a different generation and they just skipped all that, and she just assumed that everybody has the same power as the president because, they're all equal. They're all equal branches of government. So she thinks that, she can do whatever the president does because that's what in her mind. It's not that, Ocasio-Cortez. You can't do that.
And see, here's the thing about... go ahead.
I was just going to say, I love her confidence. You can't tell her nothing. She said, I'm going to do this. Mm-hmm. Try and stop me. I love that about her. But everything else is, oh my goodness.
I don't know if I like that about... I like that. Here's why I don't like that about her. The left normies, right? They'll assume she's right because she says it with so much confidence, and you can convince anyone, not anyone, but you can convince a lot of people that you're right if you give it your best effort. If you're really confident in it and you don't stutter your words and you're not looking all over the place and linking everywhere, you can convince a lot of people.
When we worked in collections, that is collections 101. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to be confident. If they actually only owe $300, and let's say you make a mistake and you say you owe $550, mm-hmm. and it's like, no, I don't owe $300. You better not go back. Mm-hmm. Nope. Mm-mm. You better be confident in that $550, and you better get that $550.
That's why I hated working in collections because, anyway, that's a whole other story. But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she threatened Donald Trump Jr. with a subpoena. She's like, as soon as I get into office, I have the power to subpoena you if you keep criticizing. And all he was doing was criticizing her. I'm like, if you can't take the heat, get out of government.
Hey.
What?
She doesn't have the power to subpoena him.
Oh, really? What? For real?
Hey, Ocasio-Cortez, you're a part of a group now, and that group has to agree, and no.
Look at that angry face. Wow.
At least it's not googly eyes.
Yeah, and then, here's the thing. She is cute. She has very beautiful skin. Oh my God, her skin is so amazing. And she's super cute. She's very slim, and she's cute. I don't know, she's cute. But she's dumb. At least when it comes to politics. She's dumb, okay?
But now she's in politics. So she's going to have to pick up a book. She's going to have to find a mentor. And somebody please teach her. I don't mind that she's this crazy socialist. Mm-hmm. That's what the people in her district wanted. All of them are crazy socialists, so a crazy socialist got nominated. Mm-hmm. Hooray for democracy in America. I applaud it. I love it. Don't want to change anything about it. But somebody needs to tell her how it works.
I understand, and I don't think she'll ever get it. She is like that, la 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 la. I don't want to hear it. So, this is what Donald Trump Jr. tweeted out. It says, Ocasio says, "Why are you so afraid of a socialist economy?" And then Donald Trump says, "Because Americans want to walk their dogs, not eat them." And then she said, "I have noticed that Junior here has a habit of posting nonsense about me whenever the Mueller investigation heats up. Please keep it coming, Junior. It's definitely a very, very large brain idea to troll a member of a body that will have subpoena power in a month. Have fun." And she said it with such vigor,
I love the way she was like, you know what? Keep making fun of me. If you make fun of me, I'm going to get a subpoena.
Yeah. Emotional women.
See, this is... they were talking about this on TV today. About the enormous people who are going to be running for the Democratic or the Democrat nominee for president.
Yeah, she's not going to.
Yeah. No, I know. She just got this. She can't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be so many people, and a whole bunch of people were like, I cannot wait to see a woman president. And I'm like, I can wait.
I really can.
Wait, because right now, women be crazy. Women be tripping. They think they rule the world. Thanks a lot, Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
You ruined everything. I am like... Right now, we cannot have a woman president because women are emotional. And then they would go and make all these decisions based off their feelings.
Mm-hmm. Exactly like what she did. That. Exactly like what she did. Exactly. She made a joke.
He made a joke. She was offended. Mm-hmm. And now she's going to take her feelings and go spy on Americans or something.
Yeah.
Subpoena him. Like, I've always thought, even from a very young age, whenever I saw, remember it was a thing when we were in like intermediate school, the kids that were dating when they were like 10, which I never understood even back then. I've always thought dating is to find your husband. You're 10.
Yeah. I date to marry.
So I've always had this mature brain, I guess you could say. And remember, like, they would walk around the fence holding hands to show everybody in the middle that was actually playing recess and having fun. At least what in my grade they did. There was like this big fence and they would just make laps holding hands to show everybody that they were dating.
That they're going out.
10, 11 years old.
They're going out with each other. Oh.
And I was like, this is the stupidest thing. Like, I never understood writing letters.
I never got into that. Now, granted, when I was a little kid, like, I wanted to have, like, the boyfriend and stuff like that. Like, that was me. I wanted to have that. But I was like, if I don't, that's okay, because there's... In my brain, I was like, there's not black boys here, so I can't date anyone anyway. That was how my brain worked, even though I wasn't a racist. Like, I love dating black guys. So, like, I mean, it doesn't matter what color you are. But
even at a young age, you know what you're going to be attracted to. Yeah. Like, there's no black guys here, so you weren't interested, so that's okay.
Yeah. I was like, there's no black... And the closest guy that came to a black guy, I really liked. Like, he was, like... very urban and hip, and he wore the urban and hip clothes and had the biggest crush on him. So, but I don't know how we got into this from Ocasio-Cortez, but...
I was going to make a point, but I forgot.
Oh, well. She's emotional, and if she claims that she's not emotional, she a lot. Because, I mean, even...
She just posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, and then not only that, if you're gonna rule with your emotions... Hillary Clinton what?
I'm sorry. Hillary Clinton just went on a pity party for 2 years.
That's all the proof you need right there.
She went on a woe is me, feel sorry for me, I'm in my feelings book tour for 2 years.
What happened? Oh, it should have been one page. One page of how she felt. Huh?
I lost. I didn't go to Ohio,
Wisconsin, yeah.
Wisconsin.
No, if she would have written what she was thinking, it would have been one page. It would have been one page. It wouldn't have been like, I lost because men are dum-dums. And Donald Trump is a pee-pee head or something immature like that. Like, she wouldn't have like owned up. She has not owned up to this date her shortcomings from running for president, and it's quite.
Oh. And another good example is Pocahontas over here.
Elizabeth Warren. She's gonna run for president for sure.
I know. She's going to lose very quickly. She's going to be dropped out because of her feelings.
Mm-hmm.
She got she got into her feelings and found out that I am more Indian than her.
Pretty much all of America is. She's literally the whitest person in America. Like literally. And
quite literally.
And that 1,000th of a percentage of whatever she had in her wasn't Native American. It was Mexican. It was Latin. So it wasn't even Native American in her.
It was basically like the Aztec Indians, the Indians that came from Mexico.
It was Native Mexicans, not Native Americans. So I don't even know what she's talking about.
Great grandfather or mother fell in love with a native
Mexican.
Aztecian? I don't know.
Just say Native Mexican.
An
indigenous Mexican.
Yeah.
And they were like a quarter of it. And then that was her head. That's so she's like, there's my oppression points. Yeah, I got it. Give me a job at Harvard. That's basically what happened.
So there is a case. I could say for every woman that's thinking about running for president on the Democratic side, except for maybe Kamala Harris, has some sort of something that they did stupidly because they were in their feelings.
Kamala Harris, well, I don't know if it was about in her feelings, but she was like, she was questioning the ICE director or whatever. She was like, do you know that people correlate you with the KKK? She was like, just answer the question. Just answer the question. I'm like, that wasn't in her feelings, but
I don't think that was.
It was stupid.
I think that was appealing to her base.
Yeah.
That was appealing to her base because it was on TV, no doubt. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I know it was on TV.
Of course it was.
And that was her talking to her base, trying to get the dirty, evil Republican.
Yeah, and then here's the thing. Like, let's talk about these potential presidential candidates because there's so many on the Democrat side. And literally, this is the first time ever that has been so diverse. We have Kamala Harris, who is, I think she's mixed. Cory Booker's, of course, gunning around. He's gay and black. Elizabeth Warren is going to run. She's your typical, and her base her base isn't even like mainstream.
They're not
liberals.
even phased. They're not even, and they're not phased by the fact that she's been lying for decades that she's an Indian.
Her base is basically the coastal city, big wig, rich Democrats. That's it. She doesn't appeal to young Democrats. She doesn't appeal to, older hippie Democrats. All she appeals to is those rich, coastal, living white Democrats. That's it.
Do you think she knows that?
She definitely knows that. She wants to get in on their good. She wants to get in on their good graces because every Democrat does this. Then
why run for president?
Because she wants to run policy.
Money.
She wants to run and do policies that will benefit
not gonna
her.
Win.
Okay, she wants to try. She wants to try, just like Hillary Clinton tried. She's gonna try.
Hillary Clinton right now in 2020 would have a better chance of winning the presidential election.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second.
You know what? Yeah, I take that back. If she hadn't have written that book and went on a 2-year pity tour, yes.
And she on tour again with her husband. She on tour again with her husband. They charge.
The worst mistake.
I know. They charge so much money for those tickets, girl. And guess what? Those tickets are so cheap. And now they got Groupon deals, girl. Groupon!
That's what I was going to say. They selling their tickets on Groupon for $10.
Girl. And don't nobody care about what you got to say, Hillary. Like, you're not popular anymore. She's trying to live those glory days of when she was first lady and people paid attention to her. And, she loves the limelight because Democrats, they usually run as celebrities and not politicians. Barack Obama is a perfect example of of a person running for president, not getting anything done. And he went on shows during his presidency. Like, I've never seen a president do that. Go on a late night talk show while being president. Or go on, some, like that one Zach Galifianakis show, Between Two Ferns, that was on Funny or Die. Like, he did that during his presidency.
He did a lot, but President Clinton did at the very beginning of his presidency. He did a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, every president does. So
like all 8 years, he was doing something.
He was a celebrity president, and he didn't do anything for the country. And I've said this a million times. The only two things that he did to benefit the country in a positive way was
cash for clunkers.
Yeah, cash for clunkers, and repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell in the military. That's it.
That's it.
That is it. That is all I can think of that he's done for our country.
All the other stuff has been shady, shisty, horrible for the economy. Or we just gave a whole bunch of money to some foreign adversaries to please don't make nuclear weapons. Pinky promise?
And that's the one thing that he should have gotten impeached. Well, two things. Giving money to Iran. Buckets and buckets, like loads of cash, money to Iran for the stupid Iran deal.
Technically, that was Iran's money anyway.
No.
We took it from them in like the 1970s or something.
That's ours now.
So it was.
We had it for this long. And why do they need it? Yeah, I know what they're gonna say, but why do they need it? You know what exactly what they're gonna do with that money. They're gonna make nukes, and they're gonna try and nuke Israel.
But that's what he wanted.
I know that's what he wanted, and no one wants to believe that. No one wants to believe that he's this, anti-American president who holds ties to extremist Muslim and the Muslim Brotherhood and stuff like that. You can't tell me. You cannot convince me that Barack Obama hated America because he did not do anything for the economy. He wanted it to be slow growing on purpose to cancel the middle class. He was almost successful. But just the notion, just the promise, just the breath of a chance that Trump would become president improved the economy. So
before he was even president.
Yep. Before he won the election, he was telling all these companies, hey, when I become president, and I will, you're going to get a tax cut, you're going to get a tax cut, and all these people are going to get tax cut. The only people that didn't believe him was Harley Davidson. They went ahead and went overseas, and now they're struggling. So.
And I agree with the corporate tax cuts.
Me too.
I believe that the rich people needed to get a tax cut because they implore the poor people. So now they can implore more poor people, and some companies actually gave away bonuses, but now it is backfiring, and they need to do the other part of the tax cut right now, because now all these companies that were hiring people and giving them bonuses are now laying them off.
Yeah.
So they need to fix that.
Yeah,
Trump. I mean, I understand. Good God, I understand. You got a lot on your plate, and plus they won't stop messing with you over Russia. I get it, but you need to block them out. You need to. It's probably too late now because we only got 2 weeks left, and then they all just went home.
Yeah, of course they did. He should have did this. I know he did a lot during his first 2 years as president, but now that we are not going to have the majority in the Congress anymore, it's going to be even more difficult. But I know that I can. Who knows? Okay, so speaking of Congress, let's talk about that little meeting that they had with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi about the wall and not the wall, border security. And then here's what Chuck said. He was like, "Let's just do the same thing we did last year." And I'm like, why does Democrats want to do nothing? Doing the same thing that we did last year is nothing. That's not going to strengthen our border security. We got thousands of caravan people coming to the wall demanding. They're demanding
money.
Girl, when I saw that, I was like, "Who are you to be demanding money?"
I sent you a text and I said, "We don't negotiate with terrorists."
Girl, what did I say?
I forgot. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back to my messages.
Like, I was shook. Like, I could not believe they had the gall to say, you know what? If you give us 50 G's, we're just going to go away.
I mean,
like, we oppressed you in some kind of way that you deserve reparations. Before me, the black chick, better go sit your behind down. Get in line.
Oh, yeah. I said, who do they think they are? That's what I said. I thought it was something funnier. But,
no.
Girl,
you're not funny.
50,000. Okay, and then, so Chuck Schumer was like, let's just do the same thing we did last year. This is why Democrats don't get anything done, because they do the same things over and over.
They don't have an imagination. They don't have any new ideas.
They don't have any solutions.
Hashtag not all.
Yeah.
But these old fogies, like, their brains just don't work anymore.
Especially Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, what I don't understand, they're saying that there was an interview with whatever Fox woman, she's really pretty on at night. She had 4 Democrat women that are about to be in the House.
Mm-hmm.
And she did an interview with them. And one of them said, and I was driving, so I was only listening to it. So I don't know who said it, but she said, back in like the 1700s, the 17th century, we had castles and we had to build walls around the castle because that was the only technology that they had at the time. Now we have all this technology available to us. We can have drones, we can have this and that and that, and I'm like,
she done.
How is a drone going to stop somebody from coming over the border? How is the drone going to have bullets? Is the drone going to have bullets?
And if they do, the best believe this administration is going down the toilet. If they did what Obama did in Syria and Libya and drone the mess out of these people, they are not going to see the end of it. This administration will go down in flames, but it'll be okay. Because, it won't be okay, but they won't mention Obama whatsoever. And they know he was the drone king. Obama droned everybody over in the Middle East.
I know, but see, they're not talking about those drones. They're talking about the drones just with a camera on it.
Okay, so we can watch
drop a bomb.
So we can
watch them. Yes,
we're gonna be sitting there eating popcorn because first of all, the Democrats want to take away the guns, so we can't shoot them. Right? If they had their way, we would have open borders.
We wouldn't shoot them to begin with just for crossing the border. That doesn't.
Whatever bullet. I know, but even those non-lethal guns, they don't want those either. So if they had their way, we would have no borders, only like nightsticks or whatever to defend the border. And they gonna have guns because we literally sold it to them. For Fast and Furious, so they got all our guns.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, so they gonna take our guns. They gonna shoot us, okay? And then they gonna have the rocks thrown at them. And then
wait. First, they're gonna shoot down the drone.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna notice that some drones just fell from the sky. Then our people with their armored cars are gonna come and see what's going on. And then they're going to get hit in the head with rocks and then bullets.
Mm-hmm. So they stupid. Sometimes just old stuff works. Yeah, a wall is ancient or whatever, but everywhere you live, there's walls. So you just go...
They told the story about the wall that's, around Israel.
Mm-hmm.
They had a problem, so they built a wall.
Mm-hmm.
It stopped some of the problem, And then they spent more time and more money making the wall taller.
Mm-hmm. And it worked.
Fix the problem. They don't have a problem anymore. There's no illegal immigration.
Yeah, and there's not. And there's not illegal immigration. I don't understand why people give Israel such a hard time. I mean, this is kind of off topic. But yes, there is retaliation against Palestine whenever Palestine attacks Israel. Is there fatalities that are unfortunate? Yes. But how many Israelites have been killed by Palestinians? And it's like right there out in the open. These Palestinians are flying kites with like little incendiary bombs attached to them to get over to Israel. And it's right there. Everybody knows they're doing it. But then like, oh my God, Palestine is being oppressed and Israel is occupying their land and da-da-da-da. And that's one thing Alexandra got wrong. People are occupying Palestine. What? Are you saying you're pro-Israel? Anyways, so yeah. We need the wall. And then Chuck Schumer was just like, let's do what we did last year. And then Nancy Pelosi was like, let's not talk in front of the press. I'm like, whenever you wanted to be Speaker of the House, did she not say that she would be the most transparent one of all? She's a lie.
So, before you're even Speaker, you're telling Trump to turn off the cameras.
And not a chance. And then
let's think about that for a sec.
Dude, and then here's the funniest part, right? Nancy Pelosi was trying to talk, and then Donald Trump was just not giving her the time of day. I thought it was hilarious, and all the feminists were like, typical Trump. Look at the way he's interrupting her. I'm like, because she's weak. She's a weak person.
Thank you.
Stupid.
I was like, if you want to be a leader, if you want to run for president, you can't let somebody cut you off and just talk over you and take it. Because she sat there and she took it.
She sure did. And then not only that, after the fact, because hindsight is always 20/20, she tried to make it like he didn't care about, and then she quoted the Bible. Girl, when I tell you I wanted to knock all of the stupid loose skin off of her face with one punch, girl, she was quoting the Bible in I think Galatians or something like that she was quoting King Solomon and how he was supposed to be a great leader and stuff like that. I'm like, for you to be pro-abortion and then quoting King Solomon, I'm surprised she didn't mention, cut the baby in half, that part of the Bible story, but yeah.
That was Solomon too, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I said it. But yeah, she quoted the Bible.
I was like talking to Nancy Pelosi via
I see
telepathy.
Yeah. She wasn't listening. She's asleep right now. She went to sleep like probably 3 hours ago. But yeah, like they don't want.
So you know what? She would be a really cool person. She would be a cool cat if she wasn't so hypocritical. Because all of them voted for border security in 2006. All of them did.
Yep. Because
Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, like Schumer, Pelosi, everybody voted for this in 2006.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. They voted for border security, but they didn't do anything about it. They can vote for stuff all day, but they're nothing but empty promises and empty actions. You can vote on something all day, but if you don't act on it, it's worthless. Just like
that was the Barack Obama way.
I know.
It's like, I promise this, I promise that. You can keep your doctor. Fast and Furious wasn't a conspiracy. Like, I had a conspiracy-free presidency.
Scandal-free, yeah, right. And then not only
scandal-free. I said conspiracy, but you know what I
mean. Speaking of voting for something and not getting it done overseas, Brexit was voted on by the people to happen, and then now they're not making it happen. I don't understand. I understand that they're
It's
like
fine.
a different type of government. They're like a monarchy or whatever, but they still have democracy-esque things. They have voting. So why is it that Brexit is not happening when the people literally voted for it? Like, and they'll try to say like, oh, they didn't know what they were voting for. It's complicated and people are just like uneducated. And you literally have people saying, I know what I was voting for. I knew what this meant and what it means for the country, and I wanted it. And yet they're not getting it. It's been how many? It's been what, 3 years?
2 or 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they need
I know,
to get this
but like
done.
they voted on it, and it was supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen this coming March.
Mm-hmm.
So they voted on it, and then the process was supposed to happen. All this stuff had to happen. There was something going on with the currency,
Mm-hmm.
and then something going on with the trade between the countries. So they had to get all that figured out, and it's supposed to happen March 2019. But now they're saying that it can't happen. Now, I don't know all the details. I may be wrong on some stuff, but they're trying to make it not happen.
I know.
And I don't understand that. They voted for it. It passed by the slimmest of margins, but the majority still wanted it.
Yep.
If you were, and then they want to take another vote on Brexit.
Hey, you know they're gonna cheat.
I was like, they're going to cheat so bad, but I believe and I will pray. Even though they will cheat, it will pass by like 60% of people want Brexit. It will pass by an even higher margin with them cheating.
Yeah.
That's what I believe is going to happen. Because stuff over there, girl, it is bad.
Do you think they voted on Brexit, right? And they got the majority of the people to vote on Brexit. And then they have this genius idea to bring in all these migrants who know they don't want to leave the EU, and then they are going to give them the chance to vote, and then it will be in the majority of, staying in the EU. Do you think that was all a conspiracy, or is that too tinfoil hatty? What are your thoughts? Because people will do crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. That is, in my eyes, that's really, it's
far-fetched.
I would say it's 60-40, 60% tinfoil hat, because the mass immigration has caused massive
economic
damage, massive problems, massive just bad everything massively bad just to get some votes. And then like there's some things that's just irreparable. Like it's going to take a generation to trust that government again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then they had like another vote to vote out Theresa May, and that didn't pass, but it was
that already happened.
Yeah,
they had a vote of no confidence. They did not have confidence in her, but she got through with the slimmest of margin again.
It was 60-40.
Oh, it was? I thought it was like 50 or, well, okay, 60-40. That's not really slim.
But here's the thing, though. Like, for them to even have to come to a vote ought to tell you something. That you're not doing your job right. Like, if I was a leader and they're like, we're going to vote to see if you still want that, I'll be like, you know what? If you don't have the confidence in me, I'm resigning. Like, that would be my thing. And, make a vote of who you want.
And she had to go to a whole bunch of people and make a whole bunch of promises. That's the only reason why she got 60%. It was like, if you do this and you actually do this, you can stay. I wonder how many, can they just, vote anytime they want if they don't have confidence in her?
I don't know.
I would love that. We could have used that back when Clinton was president.
Clinton we didn't know the damage he was doing at the time because the repercussions of it didn't come until Barack Obama was president.
That's true.
So,
Clinton started this whole mess. the economy was booming and it was banging when he was the president.
Because of
but
the
it's only
boom.
because only because of the .com boom. And he had this bright idea, say, hey, give everybody a loan. Yeah. I don't care if they qualify, just give it to them.
It was home loans to be exact.
Yep, and it blew up in his stupid white cheating face. And
the reason why it blew up is all of those loans were adjustable rate mortgages. So based on the market and how good the market is, if the market is good, your interest rate is low. If the market is bad, your interest rates go up. And then whenever 9/11 happened and the economy was a little shaky, people weren't making their payments on time. And that was in 2006. The economy started to go bad. That's when the Democrats took the House in the midterms, and the economy started to go bad. And then in 2008, it just blew up in our face, and the economy went to crap. So that's your little history lesson on why Bill Clinton started the mess, and then Barack Obama tried to keep it that way.
He tried to use. I know. He used his progressive policies.
Just a mess.
I just remember he was giving a speech not too long ago, talking about all the great accomplishments he did to improve the economy. And he was like, that's what a progressive policy gets you. I'm like, if that's what it gets me, y'all can all burn.
Girl,
down there.
For him to be so arrogant and see, like, that's one thing the Democrat. You're right, GT. The Democrats, they have a lot of confidence. They have to, because they lie so much. You have to say that lie with confidence. Oh, this economy, it's mine. I did that. I don't know what I did to do it, but it's me. Like, he hasn't explained how he's gotten this together.
Yep.
And you notice he's starting to change. Idea. He's starting to change the way he talks, Barack Obama. And he's in these speeches, he talks just like Trump, JT. He is mimicking Trump. It is so
Everybody is, because they know for a fact, and I said this a long time ago, Trump has forever, at least several generations, Trump has changed government the way we know it. The way we used to know it, it is gone forever. Every president from now on is going to have cameras in their conference rooms while they discuss policy. They're going to be as transparent. They're going to be on Twitter. They're going to speak their mind. They're not going to put sugar on anything. They're going to have a personal lawyer. That personal lawyer is going to stab him in the back. He's going to say, why are you giving him a deal? He needs to serve his full max sentence, 10 years. And hell no, he ain't getting a pardon.
Girl, okay, so while we're on lawyers, let's talk about James Comey, girl, and his little public testimony thing that he put out. Girl, go ahead. I know you want to talk about this. Go ahead. Go off.
How did you go to high school, graduate? And I'm pretty sure he did great in high school.
You know he did.
Then go to college. Then go to college.
He did great there too.
He did great there too. And then he decides he wants to be a public servant, and he went to Quantico. And he was trained. He was trained and graduated Quantico. He joined the FBI. He started from the bottom. Now he becomes the director. And can't remember a dang thing. How does that happen?
He said, I don't know. I don't recall. Not to my... He sugarcoated
250 times. 250 times. And what blows my mind is that he knew Girl, he is not stupid. He is a very intelligent man.
I know.
He went to he was in the FBI. They are trained. They have special things.
Why are you so mad?
Yonder, because I am. And then the fact that he knew he was going to be interviewed by Republicans, asking tough questions. And then I haven't seen it, but all the people on the news are saying, okay, he would get to a Republican would ask him a question. I don't know. I don't recall that. A Democrat. Oh yes, it was this and this and this and this. Because they gave him really easy softball questions.
And you know what wouldn't even surprise me, because they've done it before? I bet you they gave him the questions beforehand. The Democrats.
Probably.
Because they've done it before. So
they've done it several times before.
Yeah.
And then another thing that gets me, he knew that he was going to be interviewed by Republicans and Democrats. He fought tooth and nail to try and get that on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Remember?
Yeah.
He wanted a public hearing.
Just like
he wanted a public hearing. He wanted a public hearing so he can say, I don't know 250 times.
No, he wanted to. I bet you anything he was trying to do the Christine Blasey Ford approach. And, probably get his hair blown out, get a little makeup on, get a little highlighter on them cheeks.
Wait.
Talking a baby voice.
Wait, who am I?
Wait, where's your glasses at? Do the baby voice.
I have this one piece of hair and my glasses, and I'm not going to push it out of the way. It's just going to stay there the whole time I'm testifying because I think it's cute, and I have 2 front doors, and
I'm so scared. I got 2 front doors, Lord Jesus.
I have 2 front doors because he raped me.
But I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't remember. Maybe, but I know for a fact I had 1 beer. Mm-hmm. 1 beer and this hair that's been in my face the whole time I've been testifying. All I had to go like this. Take off your glasses. If you are fat and you lost a whole bunch of weight, buy some new glasses that fit your face.
Calm down. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Not calm down.
That was funny. Okay, so let's talk about the last thing, because we have been going on for an hour. So, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
I'm still mad about James Comey.
Okay, I understand that you are, but
about a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. George H.W. Bush passed away. God rest his soul. He was a great man. I know he only served 1 term, and people have all of these things to say about him, which was disrespectful. Because the media came after George Bush. I don't understand why. He's the sweetest guy. And then, remember that controversy a few years ago when he was touching women on the butt? I'm like, leave that old man alone. Leave him alone. He's 90. 90.
First of all, he was hugging people.
Yeah. He in a wheelchair.
So it's not like he could hug their necks.
And then I remember Barbara Bush's reaction. She's just like, just like, that's my husband. He's so funny. And I just think he was a sweetheart, and it broke my heart.
I know, I hated that. Oh my gosh, I saw the cutest cartoon of him in heaven, and it was Barbara and her white hair. Aww. And their daughter Robin that died when she was little. Mm-hmm. And they were holding hands, and then George H.W. is walking through the gates, and Barbara says, "We've been waiting for you." And I was like,
that's so sweet.
I loved George Bush's
speech.
eulogy.
Yeah. Oh my God, that got me. Like I was choking up. Yeah.
Like, and then like he got to the last sentence and then he choked up. And I was like, no, you almost made it. And then he walked back to his seat. And then him and his brother were laughing because you can tell that they probably had a bet. They're like, I bet you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. You're gonna choke up. He was like, dang it, I lost. That's kind of the laugh that I had in my head that was going on.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. I really, really I was too young to know what politics was, but all the highlights of him that I got to see as I got older were fantastic. Like, he was a genuinely godly, good man. And he is the last president we will ever have that fought in World War II. There are no more.
Yep.
And he enlisted when he was 18. I mean, there's not a lot of 18-year-olds that has the guts. Even back then, it says World War II. And you say, I am enlisting.
Yeah, and the course of history could change if he would have did one little thing wrong. He could have lost his life. We wouldn't have had, the Bushes and stuff like that. He would have never met. I think he already had met Barbara, but Barbara would have had to find someone else, and he wouldn't have had, all the Bush legacy that he made.
Legacy of just kind-hearted, good, godly people. And that will forever be their family. Forever. Like, the matriarchs of that family, George H.W. and Barbara, did a fantastic job raising their children, and then their children did a fantastic job of raising their children, and so on and so forth, because of their values.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they got it from their parents. So it comes it starts from the parenting. All these kids with their pants halfway down their behind, playing video games and being disrespectful.
Nothing wrong with video games.
Parents. Smoking dope. There are 9-year-olds smoking weed.
I know. It's crazy. They're having sex. Yeah. They start so young. I was appalled. I know I'm getting off a tangent. I know I'm getting off subject, but whenever I was in high school and junior high, I was a virgin all throughout high school. I was shocked to know that when I was a freshman in high school, in an 8th grade, people were having sex, and women were having pregnancy scares. Girls, not women, girls were having pregnancy scares, buying pregnancy tests and stuff like that. I'm just you're in 8th grade. What? And then I remember there was this one girl. She was in 6th grade. She had enormous boobies, and I remember she just wasn't here anymore. And I'm where did that girl go? The one that had the big boobs. Where did she go? It's oh, she got pregnant. I was we're in the 6th grade. Yeah, she got pregnant in the 6th grade from some probably pedophile that groomed her into having sex with her. It's just crazy. And she was a hussy. She was just she was always wearing inappropriate clothes all the time. But that's because bad parenting. And you can say whatever you want about the Bushes and how they ran the government. You can do that for another time, but right now, during he lost his life. He was old. He lived a great long life. War hero. And the slate criticized his service dog, JT. His service dog. His service dog? Really, Slate? So the Slate is canceled until the end of time. Just so you know, don't read Slate ever, even in a non-ironic way.
In love with her after 1 month. I worked with her because she is still scared of everything.
Mhm.
I don't know what these people did to my baby before I got her, but she is terrified of everything. She is terrified of humans. She loves dogs.
Mhm.
And I am so glad. I was thinking this yesterday. Like, I am so glad I chose her because she never barks. You're not going to see her chase anybody.
Mhm.
Like, she is so nosy. She'll see somebody and get scared, but then she'll start following them. It's like, where are you going?
Yeah, she's cool like
Like,
that.
like every morning, this is how I keep my Pokemon streak going. Every morning we take a walk to the nearest Pokestop. I'll catch a Pokemon and I'll spin the gym and then we'll go home. But yesterday there was 2 dogs because there's some apartments right there and there were 2 dogs in their little dog park.
Mhm.
And they were barking and barking. One was a golden retriever and one was like a boxer mix, but it was bigger. It was huge.
Mhm.
And they were barking at her. And she would get close. She was like, but I want to be your friend. And
Mhm.
she's wagging her tail. And they... Oh,
Oh,
did
there
I
you
go
go.
away?
You glitched out there for a second. I lagged out.
Yeah. She would run back to me and run to them. She was like, are you sure I can't be your friend? And then she'd run back to me. And she's like, I'm going to give you one more try. And that's what she kept doing that over and over. I'm like, I'm so glad I picked you. Because, like, when someone knocks on the door, she doesn't bark. She wants to know. She's just curious. She wants to see who you are.
Mhm. Yeah.
And she's so sweet. And she's
Precious.
so cuddly. And she has sharp claws, and I need to cut them again.
Oh my god, my
'Cause the
dog
way
is
she wants to-
crazy sharp. She's asleep right here. How about I'm gonna wake you up. You'll come over here. Come here. Get up, Mrs. Close your legs.
I'm pretty sure Precious is on my bed somewhere.
Excuse me, see she blends in with my shirt.
Precious! I know. Hey, she's learned the sound of plastic.
Oh, every dog knows that. That's the first thing that they learned.
Oh, there she is. There's my baby. You want a treat? Yes, you do. Let's show everybody how cute you are. Let's see. Look at my baby. Look at you.
Oh, precious.
She can't hear you. It's right here, Goofy. See? Oh, yeah. You see her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so precious. Such an appropriate name.
Thanks to my boss.
All right. Well, we've been streaming for like an hour and 20 minutes. So
My baby.
we're gonna end it here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Come back next week for the next episode of Sister to Sister Podcast. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. And I'll go do
try
the
not
same.
to be so bad.
Who is that?
James
outside?
Comey. James Comey sucks.
Okay.